friends, it's Edwige, a coastal magnolia. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. I've been doing a lot of hunting at thrift stores. I love collecting glass, just different glassware that I can turn into something new or that I can use for storage in my own craft room. I have a ton of glass. And one of my favorite thrift stores has a 50% off sale. I got this little vase for 50 cents. And what I want to do is try the UV resin bubble method on it and just see how it works on here and see what I can make with it. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off this price tag. And I hate these price tags because they're so sticky. But then I'm gonna, and this is just a little pedestal that I made out of a Dollar Tree pool noodle. Cut them to length and then wrapped with some painter's tape. And this is just a nice little pedestal for glassware so I don't break it. I'm gonna use this towel because I make a mess. Pull your vessel. I have some plastic cups for my UV resin because you can do it a couple ways. So you can, so you need your cups, you need stir sticks, you need your mica powder, whatever color I'm using, Cesso white, silver white, and then Cesso aqua. This is my favorite. And then you need your UV resin. I'm using Light Wish UV resin, and then I have my UV resin lamp that's kind of wonky. I need to get a new one. So make sure your UV resin lamp is working. When you're working with the UV resin lamp, don't look at the light. And then also make sure that your cups that have your UV resin in it are away from the lamp, or you will cure your UV resin that is in the cups. You can mix your mica powder in with your UV resin before you put it on your vessel or your glass or whatever, or you can do clear bubbles and then put your mica powder on top, but then you have to seal it again. So I'm going to mix my mica powder in with my UV resin and just do it that way it's done. I'm going to use white and aqua on here. I'm going to have to do it in stages. I'm going to glove up. I'm going to try something. Oh geez, this dog, she is driving me bananas today. She's chasing all the squirrels and all the animals. So I'm going to try adding some little charms too while the UV resin is, is wet, and then some little shells. So these are little charms I got on Amazon. I'm just going to put some out here and then put some of these shells in my dish. This is just little shells that I've collected from my beach. There's a lot of little coral in here, and then teeny tiny shells. Look how little this little guy is. This little guy, I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh, I have to pick through all the riprap. And then I could also use one of my larger little guys here. I have a seahorse that's actually a little bit bendy. I'll use this for a wine glass, but maybe a couple of bigger turtles. So I could use that one, maybe a starfish. There's a seahorse I could use. And I don't want to put anything really big, like a big shell, because I just think that would be too overwhelming. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up my UV resin in my cups. I'm not really sure how much UV resin I'm going to need. So probably wing it at this point. Probably need another glove. Totally glove up. All right, so just putting in, I mean, I don't know. This is probably 10 milliliters. I feel like I need more, so I'm eyeballing it. I'm gonna use 20 in each cup because that's a pretty big, vase. So that's probably 20 in that and 10 in that, because I'm going to put the aqua in here and then the white in here. But probably, I don't want it to be opaque. I want it to be a bit translucent. So I'm going to put about a quarter teaspoon of the aqua, and then about 1/8 of a teaspoon of this white into the other cup. Stir well, break up all those clumps or you might get fish eyes. Oh, this resin really has an odor to it. Going with the bigger straw is giving me bigger bubbles, and that is what I want. Okay, I'm gonna paint it on instead of applying it with my finger. Use this one and do a layer. I don't know, I'm just gonna kind of do small spots. I don't need to worry about going all the way to the top because this is not for food. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I guess you're stuck. Just gonna do some pretty random placement, I think. And I might go ahead and just drizzle a tiny bit of the clear on top of these guys, just to kind of cement them a little bit more into place. And now the fun part. Oh. I lost a couple of my lost 2 of them, didn't I? It's all right, I'll get it figured out. Okay, I'm not doing a full 60-second cure because I'm going to take this outside, but look at that. Look. I mean, it's not perfect. I'm still working on that, but look. Oh, I love it. I love it. And I lost all my little doodads. So I wonder if I could just go ahead and, I might just do that later. Let's just do that later. All right. Make sure this is dry. And just do it in smaller sections, I think. Yeah, okay. I took my time and just painted the UV resin on in sections all the way around the glass. And I always struggle with these daggum bubbles. I don't know why, but it's so hard to get them to stay put on that curved surface. The important thing to remember is to make sure that the glass is completely dry before you add another layer. And you don't really need a very thick layer of UV resin to get the effect that you want. And I did, I painted on the aqua UV resin, and then I just took the white UV resin and just kind of drizzled it on just to give a little bit of color contrast. And you can see it really starts to take shape. It's really kind of like an underwater coral effect. I really love it. I love this technique. And I really think I want to try it on a larger surface, like a bigger vase maybe, or a bigger flat surface. I don't know, a cutting board or something like that. It just really has a lot of possibilities. It's a very, very flexible technique for sure. Okay, here what I'm doing, because I had a lot of UV resin left over, I'm just going over different spots on the vase that were a little bit bare, just to fill in any ugly gaps. Yeah, much better. I love it. All right, I'm gonna take this outside. All right, this has been sitting out in the sun for about 2 hours, and it is not sticky anymore. I absolutely love it. I'm going to go ahead and sand down the rough edges though. Use my good sanding block just to give it a little bit of sand. I know that's I know it's going to take away some of the shininess, but that's okay. Just taking away any kind of little splinters, but I want all this wonderful texture on here. I still want all that texture. Oh, just love it. Just love it. I could leave it like this, or I'm going to embellish it in a couple of spots with some shells and little doodads. So I'm going to use the Let's Resin UV resin. But I want to kind of, I don't know, just play around with the design a little bit. Like, I don't want it to be, it doesn't have to be a lot, in other words. Just a little bit, just a couple of little things on here to kind of dress it up, make it interesting. I know it seems like there are so many times where I'm just winging it, but really and truly that's what I'm doing here. I'm just sort of winging it. I don't have a plan in mind. I'm just adding shells until I'm happy, and then using the UV resin to get them secure on the glass. Okay. These are on there pretty good. What I want to do now is take my mermaid trash, and I will put a link in the description to what the mermaid trash is and how to make it. So what it is, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But it's sand from my beach. It is little shells. In fact, I need to put a couple more shells in it, but for this it's okay. But it's crushed glass, sand, glitter, what else? I mean, it's all kinds of little stuff in there. So I call this mermaid trash, and I use it in a lot of my artworks. I've got some chunky pieces in here, and I just added a little bit more crushed glass to it because I was running out. There's a link in the description to how I made, how I do my crushed glass. I do not tumble it. It's really, I I get a lot of comments on this that, wow, aren't you afraid of cutting your hands on the glass? But it's really not sharp. Like the bottle glass that I use wine bottles and beer bottles and you know, other glass. It's not sharp. I mean, it is sharp. You wouldn't want to shave your legs with it, but it's not shardy and splintery. So like plate glass would be. So, all right. So now what I think I'm going to do is, let me get a little jar, and I'm going to put some of this in. Look how pretty that is. Well, that's sticky. And I'm going to try to get it right in here. Probably should have done this while the that base layer of resin was still down. This will be pretty. And now I'm going to put some more resin on top and let it sort of settle. Good Lord, come on. And just get a nice little layer in there. Now I could put some more glass, so this will look like a little beach. Sprinkle some of this on top, and then give it a buzz with my lamp. Now I could also, oh, I bet some of this is gonna fall off. Oh, not bad. Some of, what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm using UV resin, but I lost my train of thought there. I'm using UV resin, but you absolutely could use Mod Podge. You could use tacky glue, all kinds of things that you could use. I'm choosing to use UV resin because I want to take this and try to sell it at my art show this weekend. Oops. So I don't want to take the time, and it's 2 days away, so, oh my gosh, come on. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for the Mod Podge to cure and all that stuff. So I really want to get some in here. Let me see if I can get some in here and get some more of this yummy good stuff in there. I want something down here. So I'm thinking about trying to get my little turtle somewhere right here. Maybe he should go right here and then put something right there. I don't know if this is going to work, if the UV resin will cure, but I'm going to try it. Let's try it. And this definitely is not coming off. I think once I put it outside, it'll be fine. All right. This is really cute. This is really, really cute. All right, do you think this is gonna work? Great. I think if I maybe glue it right here, And then glue around his front flipper. Let's try that. I think it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna put it outside to cure. Always have a little bit to come out. What do you think? That'll dress up just that one side. And then, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this outside and let it cure. Well, I am totally happy with that. Look at that. Ooh, I cannot wait to take this to the art show.